Welcome back to another video. Today we're actually going to be in the Hardware 3 Model Y. We got a new software update, 2026.2.3. We're going to check it out. And as always, check out if FSD has any updates. It does not say so in the release notes, but we've had many problems with the Hardware 3 car and FSD. So it's always worth giving it a try every time there's an update just to see if for some reason it is now fixed from all the problems that we've had with it. So let's check it out. So the update for 2026.2.3 is for unlatching the charge cable. That's the only release note we have, and it gives you the option for the rear left door handle for 3 seconds to unlock the charge cable. So we're going to go ahead and try that out and then go for a drive and see what FSD is doing. All right, so we are charging the car here, and instead of using this, which we can use to unlock the charge cable or stop the charging, we're going to try using the rear left door handle. 3 seconds. And there we go. Wow, it wasn't enough time to actually... Ooh, yeah, that's really quick. So, yeah, it does actually do it, but you would need to have your hand on the other, and I only have one hand available because I'm filming with the other hand. So, oh, got it. Right now, oh, yep. So there you go. It is possible. However, you got to be really quick or have two hands available. So a nice feature, another option for being able to unlock the charge port if for whatever reason the button on your charge cable is not working. I would normally just do this. Since mine is working, take it out and we're good to go. So let's check out FSD. All right, so we here are in the Hardware 3 Model Y testing out the FSD to see how it works, to see if there's any update to it. Again, we are still on 12.6.4. We've had plenty of problems with 12.6.4. Sometimes camera calibrations have done something to help it out, and other times they have not, or they have done it temporarily, and then the next time we go out for a drive, it's completely messed up again. Typically, the problems it has is it's very uncertain or slow in various roads, as well as it often will hug the left side of a lane. And right now, it's just decided to not move. So not looking good at the moment. Doesn't look like we're actually going to have any meaningful update or improvement to it. So I will probably just take it out, try to give it a camera calibration and see if that starts working again. I'm going to go ahead and tap the accelerator here. No reason for us to just be parked indefinitely at this stop sign here. Yeah, so speed limit in here is 25 miles per hour, and FSD is being super cautious. And 12.6.4 or versions of 12 and earlier often went in the middle of the road when it didn't have lane lines. So I'm not going to fault it too much for being in the middle of the road. That's also why I would typically not use it in a neighborhood. However, the poor job of actually going at that stop sign would indicate that it's not doing so good. Okay, and there's another situation. There's no cars anywhere, nobody to be seen, and it did a double stop there at that stop sign for no good reason, and we are going extremely slow. Yeah, so super frustrating behavior from FSD 12.6.4. Hopefully we're going to get an update someday for version 14 Lite or Mini on the Hardware 3 car. But as of right now, basically it's unusable for me. I will, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and take it, and I'm pushing the accelerator because it's going so slow. I might disengage here in the neighborhood, but I'm going to go ahead and take it and do a camera calibration. Again, we've done this many times, but I will just show you again what we would do for a camera calibration. So we're going to go into the service menu, and you have to be parked. So we'll just park real quick with that. Do camera calibration. Yes, I want to clear the camera calibration. And then we cannot use FSD until it calibrates the cameras again. So what we'll do is we'll get out on the interstate this time and actually do some driving there, and hopefully it'll behave better after that camera calibration. So we'll give it a try. So it took us a little over 20 miles to actually get that camera calibration complete, but we are back and camera has been calibrated, or the cameras have been calibrated. We are in a neighborhood. It's a different neighborhood, but already it seems to be going a more appropriate speed. I'm going to actually lower the speed to 25 because it is 25 in here, and in neighborhoods I definitely want to go the speed limit or less in the neighborhood. So far, again, right after a camera calibration, it typically starts to drive much better, and I don't really know why that is required with every update. And if 12.6.4 FSD always drove like this, at least how it just did in the neighborhood there, then I would actually enjoy using it all the time. It's actually quite capable. It doesn't do well with starts of drives and ends of drives because it's not actually capable of doing parking lots very well, and it doesn't really do parking or give you the option for whether you want to park or just do curbside. So sometimes it just stops in weird places, but that's okay, because honestly, even with version 14, I typically turn it off close to my destination in the parking lot, just because I want to park it where I want to park and how I want to park, whether it needs to be nose in or it needs to be backed in, and the location of parking and that sort of thing. So yeah, 12.6.4 is, when it's working properly, which it seems to be doing so right now, going the correct speed, taking lane changes properly, wasn't stuttering. It did well in the neighborhood. We do seem to be well within our lane, or centered within our lane. Let's check it out here on the main road here, where we've got 2 lanes. Let's see how it's doing. Yeah, so it's hard to see, because it's dark, but it is actually very well centered within the lane. So yeah, I mean, if it was just always like this and it was, always working well like it's supposed to, then I would use 12.6.4 all the time. I still don't really know what's causing Tesla updates to cause the FSD to behave so poorly. It's almost like it resets the cameras every time or something. There's some data point within the software that somehow confuses it every time, and so it's unfortunate, because with it taking over 20 miles for the calibration, I very seldom would want to do that, because that's a lot of driving, manual driving, to be done, and I would really only do that if I was like knowing that I was going to go on a road trip or something. I would probably just take it out for camera calibration before we started the road trip, so hopefully it would do very well on that road trip. But yeah, I mean, let's see. So let's see what it does here at Walgreens. See what it decides to do, whether it's going to try to park or whether it's just going to stop curbside. It's always a mystery. And it is stopping curbside. All right. So we'll get another destination here real quick. Let me just pull in to a parking space real quick, and I will get another destination in the neighborhood we were starting out in, so that hopefully it will be comparable to what we did before. All right, there we go. And I do have to actually start the car, pull it out of the space, and then we should be able to start FSD here in just a moment. There we go. Turn FSD on. And so can't start from park, like I said. We were a little bit close to the left there, kind of cramping that guy's style, I think, turning in there, but that's okay. We weren't dangerous or anything. It was just a little bit awkward. Found a pothole there. All right, so yeah, and it's making confident lane changes. Now, see, it does think that the speed limit is 30 miles per hour here. That map data, the navigation and map data, is the same between the hardware 3 and hardware 4 cars. And so typically when the map data is wrong in the hardware 4 cars, they also, don't go the correct speed. So it's a problem for both cars, but at least if the hardware 3 car on 12.6.4, if the speed limit is actually much lower than it thinks it is, then you can actually set the max speed. Whereas in the hardware 4 cars now on version 14, you cannot set the max speed. So definitely something that's nice to have around. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and set max speed at 50 right now. I think the offset, you can set the offset on hardware 3, and I think it's like suggested offset is 40%. So right now it is 40%. So, but yeah, we are still centered in the lane, no problem, going appropriate speeds. Everything's looking really good right now for after the camera calibration. So final part of the test here is to just give it a little bit of a drive here in the neighborhood. See if it acts very strange in the neighborhood. I'm going to go ahead and max the speed out at 25. It's going an appropriate speed anyway. It's going 19, 20. It might get up to 25 here. Just barely, almost got to 25 there, and then it was done. So yeah, good speed. It's not super slow, and we'll see if the stop signs, nobody's around, and yeah, very confident. It came to a complete stop like it always has to, but then when it proceeded, it was very confident and it went immediately. It did not hesitate. Or like the first stop sign that we had done before the camera calibration, where it just basically acted like it was not going to go at all. So yeah, sometimes all it takes is a little camera calibration and it works again, but definitely not something I'd like to do very frequently. And looks like maybe it's going to do a curbside situation again here. I mean, there are spots it could choose to park in a spot, but it's not looking like it's going to. I'm not really sure where we're going. Is it going to stop? I don't know. Well, right now we're just circling around the yeah, okay. I don't know what that guy was doing. That truck like blazed in and FSD just kind of like stopped, like not knowing what he was going to do. So I don't fault it for that. Okay, that was a little weird. It acted like it was going to turn there and decided not to. All right, and now it's going to actually park. So we went all around the parking lots and then ended up doing a really sad job of parking here. I think what it probably would want to do is it probably want to correct the parking job, but FSD 12.6.4 cannot reverse, so it could not correct the parking job. So I'm just going to go ahead and park it here. Yeah, so that's it for this one. I just wanted to see about the update and see if it did anything for FSD. And unfortunately, it actually, if anything, made FSD not work again after the update, and so the camera calibration was again required, and unfortunately took over 20 miles. So that's not something I want to do frequently, and it is unfortunate that 12.6.4 does not work reliably, but that's the software update. So, and the charging cable option to use the rear left door handle to unlock the charging cable, that is actually a nice additional option for you to be able to unlock the charging handle. And obviously you got to be really quick about that, so you got to have two hands on it instead of one hand holding a camera and the other hand trying to use the door handle. So because you got like 2 seconds there to actually get the charge cable out. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.